The news of the weekend past was the funeral of Tata Madiba, and the nation has been in mourning for the past 10 days, and yesterday it all culminated in the funeral that took place in Qunu. And I'm not sure if you watched it, but it was quite a moving ceremony.
I think the reality sets in when you see it on television and you see a casket being carried into a dome where everyone is paying their last respects. So it was quite something, you know, just when you think you're over it and ready to move on and make sure that you build on what Madiba has created, you realize that there is a funeral because he's human. Yeah. So yeah, magic indeed as we, I guess, move on, and as all eyes were feasted on Qunu yesterday for the funeral of Tata Madiba. A moving piece that captures the spirit of the weekend and also the direction that we are heading. And of course, today being the day of reconciliation. Take a look at this.
Today marks the end of an extraordinary journey that began 95 years ago.
Farewell, my dear brother, my mentor, my leader.
This is one of the most important moments in the life of our country. I stand before you filled with deep pride and joy. Pride in the ordinary, humble people of this country.
We stand on the shoulders of incredible people. We owe our freedom to extraordinary people. The bad, the evil, doesn't have the last word. It's ultimately that goodness and laughter and joy and caring and compassion, those are what are going to prevail in the end.
South Africa's heroes are legend across the generation. But it is you, the people, who are our true heroes.
What is it about this man that elicits this outpouring of sincere emotion?
That purity, that dignity.
Tatomkhulu cared immensely for the less privileged,
which all men have to strive for.
He was driven by common decency.
And may all people just be that little bit more like you in whatever small way they can.
This is a message he communicated all the time.
We have the potential to come together as one.
It does not matter what your background is or your circumstances. It is within each of us to achieve anything we want in life.
The dreams of a South Africa, which represents all South Africans. It is the beginning of a new era.
Let freedom reign.
It always seems impossible until it's done.
Let us remind ourselves that our work is far from complete. There is more work to be done.
Ahead of us still lies a long walk to freedom.
The time for the healing of the wounds has come.
We'll continue to fight for freedom.
For freedom.
The moment to bridge the chasms that divide us has come.
The future is in our hands.
The time to build is upon us.
We won't let you down.
It is time for new heads to lift the burdens. It is in your hands now.
Well, seeing those images of Tata Madiba's funeral, one looks at it and you almost think it is not real, only because you've always seen highlights of Tata Madiba's life, but still, as a nation, I don't think we are ready to see highlights of his funeral. We mentioned earlier that over the weekend, all eyes were feasted on Qunu as we looked at the farewell of Tata Madiba yesterday. And, you know, it sparks the question to a lot of us, you know, what do we do now? Where do we go to from here? How do we continue to grow as a nation? And how do we develop ourselves without a great leader like Nelson Mandela?